We were off to see the Wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz here at Frank Theaters in Conway, South Carolina for the 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, yes, 9 o'clock.
That was really nice too.
Yeah, that was
a
a Disney thing. I guess they thought it'd bring more
and it's a kids movie, so
yeah.
you got to do an earlier showing. You can't have these kids on a school night.
But you got the Phat Guys at the movies, and we are here to review the wonderful Wizard of Oz, the Great and Powerful. I got the movies messed up. 1939 was the Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
This is the prequel.
Prequel, yes.
Right.
Very much a prequel. This was a way prequel.
Right.
Prequel.
So,
yeah. Way before.
Well, but it was about
Oz
the origins
first shows
of Oz.
up. Yeah,
right.
First shows up at the. We got a visitor.
Okay.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Here to see the movie, man.
You here to see the
Oz movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, man, you think?
I don't know. Do you think he has a clue? It's already over.
He'll figure it out.
Anyway,
we'll keep on with the review.
Yeah. So anyway, we just got through seeing Oz the Great and Powerful, the brand new Disney movie, $325 million, and I will say this.
Hey, you mind if I get a Twizzler?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna come.
Yeah, grab one for me too.
Here you go.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Yeah, the movie will start any minute now.
Right.
I've been waiting all week.
But, so anyway, $325 million, and I'll tell you what.
Wow. You spent that much money on this movie? $325 million?
$325 million. Well, you got 4 big names, so there was a lot of payroll in that. But I could see it. So.
Yeah, and it is Oz.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make Oz, you got to go big, because there's nothing worse than making a Wizard of Oz movie and it not being great. You got to try to make it great. You got to go all out. So
he's just getting comfortable.
Well, he's got more Twizzlers, so that's cool.
You know the great thing about Twizzlers?
What?
They're fat-free, so it's candy without the guilt.
No, if Twizzlers were fat-free, I'd be 180 pounds right now. I don't believe that.
But anyway, here's the Phat Guys review of The Great and Powerful, or excuse me, Oz the Great and Powerful. I had a lot of apprehension about this one because The Wizard of Oz, 1939, one of the greatest movies of all time, one of the most influential movies of all time, the first movie that was ever in color, and this movie was the prequel to that, and in addition to that, they even started it off like the original Wizard of Oz. This thing was great, the way they started it. They started it in the original square-type format, black and white, mono, yes, mono audio format, which was really cool. And then when the tornado hits, it pops into the 7.1, whichever he happened to be in a theater. That was really good, and then that great effect when it goes into the scope screen. I'll tell you what, I was very pleased with the outcome of this movie. It stars James Franko as the wizard. Could have been a little bit better. He was not the greatest wizard of all, but he redeemed himself in the final scenes, I will say that. Mila Kunis was a witch. I'm not going to tell you which one because that would spoil part of the movie. Rachel Weisz was a witch. I'm not going to tell you which one because that would spoil the movie. And then Michelle Williams was Glenda because she does tell who she is, Glenda the Good Witch of the South. And there were a lot of twists, a lot of reminders of the Wizard of Oz. You've got to watch some of them because some of them are very subtle. But all in all, this was a well-done movie. Spectacular visuals all the way through the movie. They brought some of the originals of Oz that you're used to seeing, some of the things that you saw, the Yellow Brick Road, the Emerald City, the Munchkins, and a lot of the other things. But they tied it in and worked the two movies together, and I will say this is actually a worthy sequel, a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. I'm going all the way with 4 stars on this one. I enjoyed it. Good all-around family picture. Anybody at any age will enjoy this. It's not The Wizard of Oz, the classic, but it is an excellent movie and well worth your seeing.
Well, I tend to agree with Ken on some aspects of the movie. It looked great. It was a good movie. A good movie. I'm not going to go with great because it's hard to compare it to the Wizard of Oz and so forth. You comfortable up there?
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Visitor here today. But anyways, I'm not going to go with great. I will say that one of the things that detracts from the movie itself is Yeah, I like that. I like that road better too. It's a little more, you know, a little more comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Good stereo.
You can lean back in these too if you know, just give it a little weight back there and just don't go too far, but just a little bit.
Sounds like he had a little too much wizard juice.
There you go. I think we all did here today. Anyways, but what do you call it? One of the things that detracts from this movie is the acting of James Franko. I find it to be pretty poor. The acting of some of the lead characters could have been better. Sam Raimi is the director of this movie. He's not a director that's known to get great performances out of actors, so you know that going in. Some of the things that's great about the movie. Special effects, I'm not a big CGI guy, but some of them look really great, especially there's a character who's made out of China, and the CGI is absolutely spectacular on that. There's some parts of CGI where it just looks like good CGI. It really looks, they do make Oz, they recreate the look and feel of Oz. That I will give them. My overall rating for the movie, and this is strictly based on the children's aspect. I think this is based for children and family, so I give it a little leeway on that. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because I think it's fun for kids. I think it's good for family to see this, and I think it's a good movie. It's just not great. Don't go into this expecting it to be perfect like The Wizard of Oz. It's not. The acting's not spot on. But the direction of the movie, the story has a really great ending. You're really going to like that. And you're really going to love seeing the build-up of characters that you already know and love and how they get to where they are 70 years ago in the first movie. That's kind of hard to explain. And that being said, I think it is the second best Wizard of Oz movie ever made, putting the Wiz now in the third position. Was there ever another Oz movie?
Return to Oz.
What year was that?
Somewhere in the 80s.
Who starred in it? Do you know?
Nobody.
Okay, I don't know about Return to Oz.
It was a Disney product also.
Okay, I don't know about Return to Oz, but I know about The Wiz. And you don't want no part of The Wiz, trust me. You don't want to move on down that road.
You find out how Michael Jackson got his left glove.
You don't want to move on down that road because it's a big disappointment at the end. So, but I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 because I think it's a fun family film. I think, and it's hard to find a family movie these days that's actually done well that's not animated. So 3.5.
So we got a 3.5.
3.5.
We got a 4. We got Tommy Chong, and
Tommy Chong. Is that who that is? Anyways, I know he's got some good Twizzlers, so he's hanging out.
But Oz the Great and Powerful, I enjoyed it. I will see this one again because it's just that enjoyable. And you got to see this one on the big screen. Please don't wait to see it on the DVD.
I will agree with that because of the. I mean, it really does recreate Oz. So.
Yeah, and you'll enjoy it. You know, again, it doesn't have the long-term memorable. It doesn't have hardly any.
See, that's why. And only one of the reasons I gave it 3.5 out of 5 was because I bowed down last week, and I kind of regret this in a little bit. I gave Jack the Giant Slayer, I think, 3 out of 5.
Yes.
It was a decent movie. It could have been shorter, not memorable, but it was decent. So this was better than that.
Oh yeah, this is good.
And I really have to say it's better than Jack the Giant Slayer. So I almost feel compelled to give it a 3.5.
And I'll give it too that this one actually lived up to all its hype.
I'd say it lived up to a good bit of it for me. I'm not going to go overboard on that because I'm telling you, Franko is for us adults here, not for the kids aspect or family aspect. I think it's a great movie for that, but he's not very convincing as Oz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now at the end of it,
like
the last 20 minutes of it came around.
Yeah.
But you've got an hour and 30 minutes of that movie where he's not convincing at all.
Yeah.
In the last 30 minutes, 30 minutes, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that.
So go out and see it. Oz the Great and Powerful. Excellent.
So what do we got up
next
for next week?
Next week we got Steve Buscemi.
Love Buscemi.
We got
awesome.
We've
Good
got I forgot his name. It just total complete blank.
You're talking about Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
And I'm a big fan of The Office.
Steve Carell. Alan Arkin's back again in another movie. I guess he's trying to make a comeback.
You know what? He was really good. Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
He was very good in Argo also. And
oh yeah, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. And of course, everybody's favorite comedian, everybody's favorite comic on the screen,
Jim Carrey, who's not had a great career in the last 4 or 5 years, so he needs a hit.
But they're coming out in another story about a magician.
Well, I guess right. We just watched one about a magician.
Yeah, so. The Incredible Burt
Wonderstone,
Wonderstone,
right? And
yeah.
what a great magician name,
Yes,
Wonderstone.
Bert Wonderstone.
You know, so
that's coming out next week, and so we will be reviewing that one next Thursday night after its 10 o'clock premiere. And once again, come on out to see Oz the Great and Powerful. You will definitely enjoy it.
And you know what?
Disney pulled a good one off.
bring the kids, but before you bring the kids, watch The Wizard of Oz at home. If you have kids and you don't have a copy of The Wizard of Oz, go to Walmart. I think it was just released on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I would, go out and get it, even though it's not a full wide format.
As a matter of fact,
go get it on Blu-ray.
It was just released in a 5 DVD set with 2 other great musicals, Yankee Doodle Dandy,
Yeah.
Singing in the Rain,
Okay.
and I forgot the other 2 musicals that was released
West
with.
Side, maybe?
No,
Maybe
a
West
little
Side.
longer. Seven Brides for
Sound
Seven
of
Brothers,
Music.
I think, was one,
Oh,
and
okay.
then something else. I can't
Seven
remember.
Brides for
Yeah.
Wasn't America just a great place
Yes,
50
that's
years
right.
ago? It's so
Yeah.
simple.
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Seven brothers.
Yeah.
Don't even need to think. You just go to
Yeah.
work, come home, pay your bills, and you retire one day.
Yeah, and see, and it was obvious it wasn't a Mormon movie because that would have been Seven Brides for One Brother.
Oh.
But anyway, we'll see you next week with Phat Guys at the movies.
Yeah.
You think we need to let him know something?
No, we figured it
Okay.
out. We're about to.
Let's just kind of see you next week.